All right, welcome to The Explainer. Let's talk about something. How close is too close when it comes to friends? We're diving into this one tiny, like blink and you'll miss it moment between two co-stars. But this moment, it was so unexpected that it literally sent the internet into a complete frenzy. And trust me, it had everyone asking the exact same question. So yeah, this one little interaction, we're talking about two of South Korea's biggest actors here, and it just kicked off this huge wave of dating rumors. It was just one of those moments that felt, I don't know, super personal. It left fans, and get this, even their own colleagues kind of scratching their heads and wondering, wait, are they more than just best friends? So what in the world actually happened? Let's get into it. Okay, so the two people at the center of all this, we've got the beloved actress Jeon So Min. You almost certainly know her from the massive hit show Running Man, and her co-star, actor Choi Daniel. Now, the context here is absolutely crucial. You gotta understand, these two have a very public, very well-established friendship. They've always been known as just really, really good friends. And that's exactly what made what happened next so incredibly shocking to everyone. So, you're probably wondering, what was this big moment? What could possibly make everyone suddenly question their whole just friends thing? Well, the entire story, believe it or not, unfolds in one single scene. And it all kicks off with a snack. Yep, a simple snack. The setting for all this drama is a TV show called The Great Guide 2.5. So you've got Jeon So Min and Choi Daniel. They're with their host, Kim Dae-ho, and they're all in China. Just, filming their travels for the show, showing the audience what they're up to. And to get even more specific, they're not in a studio or anything. They're out on the streets of Harbin, this big city in northeast China, just walking around, sightseeing, soaking up the local culture. Everything's totally normal. So while they're exploring, the cast spots a bakery, and like anyone would, they decide to try some of the local food. And this, right here, is where the story takes a very sharp turn. They grab a few different baked goods to share, but one of them had a very, let's just call it a controversial filling inside. And that brings us to the gesture, the one that went viral. I mean, what started as just a simple food tasting, it blew up into a moment so unexpected, it basically overshadowed everything else that happened in the entire episode. No one was talking about anything else. Okay, so here's the play-by-play of exactly how it went down. Choi Daniel takes a bite of this bread, and boom, he just freezes. You can see it on his face, he is not a fan of what's inside. Turns out it was durian. Now, Jeon So Min, she sees this and almost instantly says something like, I knew he wouldn't like this. And then, this is the key part, in this completely natural, almost instinctual motion, she just holds out her hand and tells him to spit it out. And after maybe a split second of hesitation, he does, right into her hand. Now, this kind of gesture, honestly, it could have just been missed, right? But no. The show's commentators, the ones watching everything from the studio, they jumped all over it. I mean, immediately. And it was their totally shocked reaction that really turned this from just a weird little interaction into a massive talking point. So you might be thinking, okay, what's the big deal? He spits something out. Well, think about it. It's not just the action, it's what it implies. It implies a level of comfort, a level of intimacy that you just don't normally see between friends, especially not on camera. It's that kind of unthinking, super casual closeness that's usually reserved for like your family or your partner. You know what I mean? And that's exactly why the panel got so suspicious so fast. And when I say the panel's reaction was direct, I mean it was incredibly direct. Comedian Park Myung-soo, he did not hold back. He didn't beat around the bush at all. He just jumped right in and asked the question that was on literally everyone's mind. At this point, it's only fair we ask if there's something going on between you two. He basically just came right out and suggested they were a secret couple. And look, it wasn't just the guys back in the studio feeling this way. Kim Dae-ho, the host who was standing right there with them in Harbin, he later admitted that even he was totally taken aback by it. I mean, imagine seeing that happen live, just a few feet away from you. He said it made him seriously wonder if that whole best friend label was really the full story. So with all this speculation just swirling around them, live on air, you have to wonder, right? How did Jeon So Min and Choi Daniel actually react to being put on the spot like that?
Well, they both just kind of laughed it off right away. Jeon So Min took the lead on answering, basically explaining that it was just a caring, almost instinctual gesture. She insisted that she would have done the exact same thing for any of her friends if they were in that same spot. And that's pretty much where the story leaves us. Just this one single, kind of ambiguous gesture. So, was it really just a simple act of platonic care between two super close friends? Or was it one of those rare, unguarded moments that accidentally revealed something much, much deeper? It's honestly a fascinating look at how one tiny, unscripted interaction can just explode into a massive story. It leaves all of us wondering, where exactly is that line between friendship and romance? What do you think?